Hi everyone, it's Daniel here. Today I'll be reviewing another album. Which one will it be today? Well, it is an album from 1986 and it is Rapture by Anita Baker. So yeah, this album, I love this album a lot. This is definitely a top tier album for me. My favourite album by Anita Baker. I've only listened to her first four albums. Yeah, first four. Really cool album cover. I love it. I love the dark background and Anita's there. Yeah, very cool. There's obviously its title of the album. You know, the red writing works well with the black. Of course, we've got a name and I've got a sticker which says the superb album includes Sweet Love, Same Old Love, and Caught Up in the Rapture. So yeah, absolutely adore this album. This is an album I play quite a lot. Well, I play the tracks most of the time, you know. But, you know, well, I mean, I play this album on my record player, so, yeah. Yeah, this album just makes me speechless because it's superb. Even though it's an 80s album, it's not overproduced. It's, yeah, you've got live instruments on it, and, yeah, it's just a masterpiece. And, yeah, so many great session players, too. I really enjoyed the songstress, which has Angel on it, which was later covered by the Style Council, but I think this is her best work. Her most commercial album, I believe this hit number one in the US, but still, it's a masterpiece. So yeah, it's like Michael Jackson's Thriller or Queen's The Night at the Opera, that sort of thing. But yeah, yeah, let's talk about the album now. So here's the front, here's the spine. Of course, it says we need to bake a Rapture. Yeah, the text is a bit basic, but yeah. Well. And here's the back. Got another picture of Anita sitting on the floor. Of course, we've got two sides, 8 tracks. Let's talk about all 8 tracks. So yeah, let's go through each track one by one as usual, and yeah, I'll give you my opinion on them. So yeah, let's start. So the opening track is Sweet Love. Now this is a great track, and that bass line, Freddie Washington, like, he is fantastic. He's played on Patrice Rushen's Forget Me Nots, and he's played on the soundtrack. He's played bass on the soundtrack for Phil Collins, for the Buster soundtrack, which of course, like, Anne Dudley composed most of that, and of course Phil Collins sung the songs Two Hearts and Loco and Acapulco with the Four Tops for Loco and Acapulco. So yeah, Freddie Washington, fantastic bass player. I love him. And yeah, his work on this album's great, especially on this track, the next track, and one of the tracks on the side too. So yeah, Sweet Love, beautiful song. Anita's voice, like, how old was she when this album was being recorded? I think 27. Yeah, she had to be 27 because this album was recorded in 1985. Her voice, like, she has a brilliant voice, like. You could probably compare her to Whitney Houston, but I think Anita's got, like, the best voice, like, female voice. She's definitely my favourite female vocalist. And if you ask me anything about this album, I'll know. But yeah, Sweet Love, brilliant track, beautiful, great single. Her vocals just brilliant. And yeah, it's the most popular song on the album. And that bass line and them keyboards, just gorgeous, just a gorgeous track. This whole album's just gorgeous in my opinion. And I think you lot could agree. But yeah, the next track is You Bring Me Joy. Another, well, it's another pretty track, but you know, it's much slower. It's really nice. You've got some really beautiful keyboards, a great bass line again from Freddie Washington. The drums on this album are just perfection, and the percussion played by Paulino DaCosta. He's one of my favourite percussionists, so of course, like, I'm gonna love this album even more. And the sax solo is played by, you won't believe it, but Don Myrick, yes. Don Myrick from the Phoenix Horns. He's worked with Phil Collins, Genesis, Frida from ABBA, Philip Bailey, of course, Earth, Wind and Fire, which that's where the Phoenix Horns originated from. Yep, he plays the sax solo, beautiful sax solo, and of course, if you lot have been watching my channel lately, saxophone is my new favourite instrument, so, I mean, you gotta have a track with a saxophone. I mean, I'm still learning it, so I'm not gonna add it in all of my tracks because, yeah, I'm not, like, the best at the saxophone, but, you know, I'm getting there, and yeah, I can play a few notes. But yeah, Don Myrick plays a beautiful solo here, really works, and yeah, and her voice goes really like, not high, but like the way she sings, the way she can hold her notes, it's incredible. The next track is the title track, Caught Up in the Rapture. Oh, I love this song. Absolutely gorgeous, great bass line, great keyboards, the percussion, yeah, the congas, it just works so well. And that guitar solo at the end. I listened to this album on YouTube, and they played a shorter version of the track, I believe the single edit, with the Rapture cover, but the actual album version is like a minute longer, and the acoustic guitar solo was extended, and you know, it comes in earlier, you know, at the end when Anita's singing "Caught Up in the Rapture of Love," the acoustic guitar just like sneaks its way in, and then I've heard somewhere where Anita just didn't want to sing the rest of the song, and she just let the acoustic guitar do the work, which that's really cool. Great technique, and very clever of her. So yeah, beautiful track. The chorus is brilliant. The backing vocals just really work. Yeah, they're just beautiful, gorgeous song, and yeah, definitely one of my favourites from the album. And the main melody just works so well. She can sing pretty much like any melody, and it'll just sound superb. So yeah, Caught Up in the Rapture, probably my favourite track, I'm not sure. Definitely my favourite from side one. But yeah, and then the next track is Been So Long. Awesome track, very funky. The horns are actually played on the keyboard, and then you have like two other keyboards, which one of them sounds like a bit like a harmonica, and then the other one's like this like just like a bell synth sound. Beautiful, just awesome, really cool track. I really like this one. The chorus is really cool, and just an awesome song. Very underrated track, and that keyboard solo at the end during the fade out. I mean, come on, like who doesn't love a keyboard solo? Yeah, I especially do. But yeah, that's side one, awesome. Just a perfect side one. But side two probably has my favourite tracks on the album. Starting off with Mystery, beautiful song, great bass line. The way she holds them notes, just yeah, when she does that scream, just brilliant. I love it. What else do I love about this song? The backing vocals are great. Just really dreamy, atmospheric, this song as well. I love it. Just superb. And you know, I believe Nathan East was her first touring bass player, which I love Nathan East, but he didn't play on this album. But yeah, I can't remember the other bass players on this album besides Freddie Washington, but you know, oh well. The next track is No One in the World. Awesome song, I love this one. And just like before the key change at the end, she does another scream, and like she holds the notes super well. I bet the producers fell off their chairs or something. This track is amazing. And the chorus is brilliant. No one in the world, just awesome. The drums are great, the guitars, the bass, the synths. Greg Fillinganes does the synth overdubs, which are a really nice touch to the track. Very cool, atmospheric, and you've got a really upbeat chorus, and of course Anita's voice is just gorgeous, and the lyrics on this album, I haven't mentioned the lyrics yet, but just awesome. Just yeah, I believe Sweet Love was actually, I think, co-written by Lewis Johnson. I think, yeah, that Lewis Johnson, the bass player. Yeah, Thunder Thumbs. So yeah, No One in the World, one of my favourite tracks on the album. The next track is Same Old Love. Love this song. One of the more faster tracks on the album. Very funky. That Freddie Washington's back on the bass. Just an awesome song. Yeah, the guitar's really cool. Yeah, of course, muted, you know. Because you got to have a muted guitar on a funk track. I mean, come on. The keyboards are great. That synth solo's brilliant. The way Anita sings this track is beautiful. I love this track a lot, and it's one of my favourites. It's the first track I heard from Anita Baker ever. So yeah, even though this was the first track by Anita Baker I heard, I still love it. It's probably the most played song that I've played from this album, like when I listen to music on my phone. But it's just an awesome track. That bass line is killer. Like Freddie Washington, I mean, if you've never heard his work, this album is definitely worth a listen. If you love slap bass especially. Same Old Love pretty much has like slap bass throughout the whole track. Or most of the track at least. I love this track a lot. Just awesome. And then the final track is Watch Your Step, which was written by Anita Baker herself, and she played all the keyboards on the track. So yeah, the fastest track on the album. Very funky, upbeat, very catchy chorus. The saxophone solo this time is played by Gerald Albright, who's also played with Patrice Rushen and Forget Me Nots. He played the sax solo in that track too. The bass is like laid with a keyboard, which sounds like a clavinet, but I think played on like a Yamaha keyboard. I think the DX7's on this album, yeah. So yeah, Watch Your Step, great track, love it. Just an awesome way to close off the album and Anita's time to shine songwriting wise. So yeah, love this album. Like I've said, if you're not listening to this album, you definitely have to. Let's see who produced this album. Michael J. Powell, which I believe, yeah, he was in a band with Anita and then offered to produce this album. So wise choice, and he plays the guitars as well. Marty Sharon and Gary Scardina. I think that's how you say his name. And executive producer Anita Baker. So fair enough. Yeah, this album came out in 1986. Most of the singles came out in 87. So yeah, let's look at the record. Gotta be careful. Yeah, I got this from a charity shop. Got it quite cheap. I think it was only about £5. I think, I'm not sure, can't remember. Took the price sticker off. So yeah, that's side one. Sweet Love was written by Anita Baker and Lewis Johnson, and I can't read that other last name. David Lasley wrote You Bring Me Joy, Caught Up in the Rapture. Being So Long was written by Anita Baker as well. Both Caught Up in the Rapture and Being So Long are both 5 minutes and 7 seconds long, which I think is pretty cool. And then side two, the record label is Electro Records. I've heard of them before. Side two, we have Mystery, written by Rod Temperton. We've all, well, most of us heard that name before. No One in the World, Same Old Love, and Watch Your Step, which was of course written by Anita Baker. I love this album a lot, of course. I've said that like loads of times, but I really do. It's an album I play quite frequently. When I fancy listen to a record, of course, I've been going through all my records and yeah. It's because I've recently got a CD player. Well, I got it in January. What month are we in now? What month are we in now? October, I know. This year's gone by fast, I think. And yeah, definitely been a great year for listening to albums, and I can't wait to remove more in the future. So yeah. Oh yes, one more thing. Sticker says this sticker is removable. Would rather not remove it. Thank you very much. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. This has been my review of Anita Baker's Rapture. If you've not listened to this album, definitely listen to it on any like streaming platform of your choice, or if you want to listen to this album on vinyl like me, or listen to it on CD or cassette, feel free to. It is definitely worth a listen. It's worth loads of listens actually. So yeah, thanks once again everyone, and I shall see you all next time. Take care, and in a bit. Bye bye.